and them already fucking up the pay-per-view because Kenny Omega has other shit to do.
Fuck Kenny.
He's gonna be in Japan. He can't do Revolution because it's a mystery. He's got to go to Capcom Cup to promote the new season of Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Kenny Omega.
You say Street Fighter? No, we are Mortal Kombat family.
We're about to piss off an entire country. We're gonna get banned like Logan Paul.
No, the only difference between Logan Paul is we don't just film anywhere or run around trying to catch Japanese people in Pokeballs.
You know what? You hear that? It was not a Japanese guy, but during a match, motherfucker throw a Pokeball at me.
Oh.
And I looked at him and said, "What the fuck was that?" And then I threw him headfirst into the post.
Viewer
Okay.
And moments later, Eagle Eye legitimately broke a kendo stick over Derek Gage's head.
By the way, before we really start, before I play the disclaimer, what the hell was Eagle Eye doing at a backyard show?
Where at?
I forget, but it was in some dude's backyard. He put up a photo of it.
In his current gear?
Yeah, it was on his fan page.
He does fair shows.
It wasn't a fair show. It was like it literally was like the jankiest fucking thing I've ever seen. It literally looked like some dude's backyard.
It might have been, I don't know, something he did for PWE.
Maybe, because I saw that and I'm like, really, Eagle Eye? You're better than that. You'll be the man that'll drive. You're the man that'll drive 18 hours to work for free. Wait, what?
He's trying to he's trying to put his hands on as much cash as he can for this Japan trip.
I might actually be able to get you out here and work. I got to talk to a couple other dudes.
Okay.
That can actually get you out here for at least travel. Trust me, I'm gonna try to get you money. I'm not gonna fucking have you come down here and work for free.
So, Ryan, we had already discussed this, but I actually now, after what I just saw, I now have two things I would like for us to talk about if we can spare like 2 minutes.
Oh, we'll have plenty of time.
What's the other one?
It was just revealed that they're making a new documentary surrounding the Heartbreak Kid.
Who is playing Sonny?
I don't know.
Listen,
But
darling.
there's
Darling. If I had to get back into shape, I'll do it. Shut the fuck up, Joanna.
I'll get the bitch beat.
Or do I have to get Raider Dave on you? She's gone. All right. We ready?
I mean, I think
Hit it.
much as we're gonna be.
All right. Disclaimer in 3, 2, 1.
Viewer discretion is advised. This podcast is intended for audiences 18 and over and is absolutely not for the easily offended. Strong language, strong opinions, and questionable life choices ahead. The views expressed on this podcast do not reflect the views of the Nerdport Network. Probably, we assume.
The money places eyes on the clock. A ticket bomb ready to shock. Still got dodge, he has let loose. Total less, no more excuse. Doesn't risk posse, hits the floor. Pure jump, begging for more. Break the glass, tear it down. Smash the room and wreck the town. Look at the mess the ruin brings. This is why we can't have nice things. Seconds, pure heat, fast drums, heavy beat, burn the wood, stay warm, face the center of the storm, break the glass,
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. I am your host, F. Ronnie, and with me as always,
Captain Stuntcock himself.
yeah. Hi, Ryan.
Dick.
You couldn't hear the song, so I was rocking out with the camera on, and he was pissed off.
Yeah, you're a dick.
Oh, and with us today, Ryan, would you like to?
Yes, so this is a close personal friend of mine, my brother from another mother. Everybody give him warm. This is my welcome to clearing right now, James.
Hello, everybody.
And we're canceled.
Problem.
Oh, but yes, welcome to This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. I've said it before in the past. This is our first season of our second episode. Air quotes, it's really our fifth. But if you are fans of the betting window and our old shows, it's pretty much the same thing where we dive into the what the fuck was that in the world in the world. Because, boy, somebody's going to get pissed off today.
Well, I mean, let's be a little clearer than that. If you were a fan of the betting window, if you were a fan of Real to Heel, it's a lot like that, except now we have the freedom to take that governor off and say and talk about the things that, well, let's be honest, most people are afraid to.
Now, if you're here from 10 years ago, God bless you, and you were a fan of The Blind Side, it's that.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, I will say what I want when I want, for the simple fact that I can fight. Can you?
My name is Finley, and I love to fight.
Like I'm just being factual. Like I say what I want because I can fight. Can you?
Listen.
If
When
not, shut up.
Shut up and fight, yeah. Listen, when we can break it down, we just can't have nice things. Pay-per-views, concerts, movies, even sandwiches piss people off sometimes. I mean, where do we want to begin? Like, we normally will go into TV, movies. There's not a lot of TV news again. There is news.
No, but I have noticed that we keep building these heroes out of cardboard, and then we get a really to win, and these motherfuckers like a team who's and everybody's supposed to act like it's some big terrible thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's going to be down to the anchor topic because let's face it, when it comes down to it, you should never treat your idols you should treat your idols what you see on the court, not what you see in real life.
Agreed.
Yes. Oh, but all right. So there was some video game news, and I want to start off with this because, so do you know anything about the Capcom Cup, or what is the Capcom Cup? Do you know? Have you ever heard about this?
No, because I've touched a boob.
And see, Capcom tried selling me Street Fighter, but the problem is I got the Wi-Fi, I got everything else, but then when I went to play the game, they're like, hey, you got to play $4.99 for every time you hit the X button, and I'm just like, dude, really? Is this really what we're devolved to?
It's the illusion of choice.
That sounds like Call of Duty, but I mean, you're not wrong.
You scream, they laugh, they on the sandbox, and you're allowed to dig a fucking hole.
Yeah, but anyway, so the Capcom Cup is one of the quote-unquote 4 majors of fighting games. There's Evo, CEO, not Sasha Banks.
Gross.
We'll get to her in a little bit. Trust me on that. Yeah, because some shits her shit's fucking asinine. It's worse than the $25,000 she has to lose.
It's $25,000 just to get her fucking to show up at your show.
Yeah. But so normally it would be on Twitch. Hello, Twitch.
Twitch.
It would normally be on Twitch, every year they'll do it. This is where you get the new season coming out. They'll drop the new trailers and things along that line. Well, this year they decided that, hey, we don't want to give this away for free anymore. And let's face it, the championship stuff was the reason people would watch, because the trailers at the end, that's the big thing. So they decided to do a pay-per-view, pay to watch, $25 for the whole weekend, and you were not allowed to restream it. You were not allowed to pretty much talk about it. You just were there to watch it. Well, there's been a what? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty fucking lame.
It really is. But there was a lot of backlash from the fans. Like, obviously you would think that. Like, the normal fans that maybe don't pay attention to Street Fighter, but they watch tournaments in the background. So the esports decided to do something about it. Kind of. So the
That's so promising.
Oh, yeah. So if you want to watch the first 2 days of Capcom Cup, you can do it perfectly free on Twitch. The group stages and all that, perfectly free. If you want to watch the championship stuff, you have to pay $15 for the weekend, for a weekend pass.
Hey, you know what they can get a weekend pass for? Sucking my balls.
Right. So, in reality,
Well, fine, that's average Tuesday afternoon for you. I mean, why do you want to pay for that when it's free? I mean, you're pretty easy.
Easy like
You're-
Sunday morning.
Easy like Sunday morning.
But, like, so what does this do? Like, oh, well, they can watch the first half of it. But the people that actually want to watch this are watching it for the Sunday or Saturday night, Sunday, the championship weekend, the championship matches. They want the top 8s. They don't want the group stages.
Okay.
And, well, you'll get what are you going to get from this? Well, this year, let's face it, it's kind of a wash. Capcom Cup is kind of a wash because they can't really fix it unless they literally just do everything on Twitch, which they're not going to do. There's already too much money into it.
Right.
So they better fucking get their shit in order for next year, because if this happens again, they're fucked.
And see, the problem with it is all these companies, especially Capcom, used to not be as bad about it, but they've kind of gotten bad these last couple of years. Is just the fact that everything has become a money grab. Like, it's become so popular that, you know, offhand, when you say, oh, it's $15 for the weekend, that doesn't seem like a lot of money. But when you consider the fact that you have thousands upon thousands of people paying this measly $10, $15 for the weekend, they're making more money. They know what to do with. And then, you know, you got the Street Fighter movie coming out. You've got the games. I mean, it's a money grab. Like that, they don't care about quality anymore. They just care about how much money they're making.
No, and that's why the Capcom kind of lost the rights to the fighting series sets, because now Marvel decided to split off, went to Arc System Works, who does the Dragon Ball Z games and stuff like that, and they're doing Token, which is a fucking Marvel versus Capcom style fighting game with only Marvel characters, and it looks amazing. Like the Versus series is what made people want to play Street Fighter more.
You know what made me want to play Street Fighter more? For
What's
real?
that?
It was the pinball game.
I remember that.
The pinball game made me want to go over and put more coins in the arcade.
When you look at the state of how things are, I remember when we were all kids, Street Fighter was like the game to play. And at some point, I don't know if it was just because of the kind of repetition for the games or what, but at some point, Mortal Kombat kind of just took over. But I've always preferred Street Fighter.
It was the godfathers of fighting will always be Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken.
That's fair.
Like, and then if you add the fourth, you could add
Soul Calibur.
I wouldn't even say that. Virtual Fighter. Soul Calibur wasn't big in the arcades until later. Virtual Fighter is what beat that out. Virtual Fighter 2 is up there with the level of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Because you had the 2 3D games and you had the 2 2D games, and yeah, Mortal Kombat was the over-the-top, Street Fighter was the combos, and then Tekken and freaking Virtual Fighter were real fighting.
Yeah. Like Grand Prix.
Daytona.
We'll get to it.
There was the State of Play 2. I'll hit that real quick. The only real big news at a State of Play has to be God of War remake.
Oh, absolutely.
1, 2, and 3 gonna be on PS5.
But here the problem is with that. After they showed the trailer, the president of Santa Monica, or no, not Santa Monica, I can't remember. off the top of my head.
It's Santa Monica.
Yeah, they came out and said that even though they're working on it, don't expect it anytime soon. So basically, they're saying, "Hey, look, get ready for this," but there's a chance it still might be 2 or 3 years down the road.
Yeah, what I'm waiting.
Wait.
Go
That's
ahead.
what I'm hearing.
What'd you say?
I said, what I'm hearing is hurry up and wait.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are waiting because they're still talking about the next iteration of God of War, and we're getting closer and closer to Egypt being a real fucking thing.
Actually, I actually saw a thing today, actually, that is suggesting that, in the OG God of War series, the only weapons you really had were the blades of chaos and all the variations, the blades of Olympus, the blades of so-and-so.
Once you got into 3, that's when the real weapons really started being over the top.
Yeah, but then when you got to the Norse mythology, he has the axe. They are talking about when they get to Egypt that Kratos is going to be using a scythe.
As long as I get the Chaos Blades, I don't care.
Yeah. Which, it wouldn't be God of War without the Blades of Chaos. Like, let's be real honest.
But also then you have the freaking coat tuggers bitching and moaning about God of War, saying, oh, they need to get rid of the sex scenes.
Dude, here's the thing about God of War. Like, I understand, people don't want sexuality in video games. Cool, whatever. But the thing is, in ancient Greece, it was nothing but sexuality. Like, there was literally a whole goddess whose whole point was she was the goddess of sex and beauty.
Yeah.
Like, that was her whole thing.
Freaking Aphrodite's?
Yeah. Her whole thing was she was the god of sex and beauty. I mean, sex and beauty.
But like, it's just like, people stop. What they need to do now is, okay, you don't want this? There needs to be a switch in the game where you could play it as the original game, or you could play it with frickin' edits. Make it normal, pussify it.
See, the only reason I'm against that is because the one thing God of War actually got right, because, a lot of the times when you have video games based on any type of ancient lore or mythology, they always twist things to be more user-friendly. The one thing that made God of War so popular was it stuck true to what the Greeks actually did back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is one of the reasons that it's become an enduring title.
Yeah. It's one of the. I mean, let's face it. It's one of the newer franchises that it's still going strong. What, almost 20 years later?
Let's see, the OG God of War came out in like 2002 or 3. Like it came out with the PS2.
Yeah, so you're talking about close to 23 years.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I would be surprised is that you're saying wait 2-3 years. I guarantee you that this will come out for the 25th anniversary then.
Probably. I would say that. The only problem is they shadow dropped Sons of Sparta.
Yeah, I heard this was not good.
Yeah, there have been a lot of negative reviews on that game.
Like how negative?
Well, the thing is, as much as I hate to say this, because I, for one, love a 2D art style game, 2D art style games are just no longer popular. People don't care about when you go from the mastery of an open world God of War game or the linear hack and slashes we had with the original, and then you try to do a 2D platform. It just people don't receive it well. I haven't played it myself, so I really can't give an honest opinion, which I'm planning to as soon as I get paid tomorrow. I'm buying the new game. I'm going to try it out because I love everything God of War, but people just aren't interested in 2D platform games anymore, man.
I mean, nobody but like our generation, because I love 2D platformers.
Oh, yeah.
Side scrollers, fuck yeah, dude.
But here's the thing. There's one franchise that
like Scott Tenorman's Revenge or like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the new Scott Pilgrim game coming out.
But there's one franchise that has recently done what's it called? Has recently done 2D side scroller, and it was really good. And it's Assassin's Creed.
I mean, I'm not surprised it is Assassin's Creed.
They did a trilogy that was literally a complete side story for what? I think it was China, Russia, and
yeah, China, Russia, and
India.
I think, India, yeah. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, have y'all seen the leaks about the new Assassin's Creed game?
No.
Codename Hex. It is based during the witch trials.
Okay, I would have preferred the one that was rumored that we're never gonna get, and it kind of pisses me the fuck off. Based in the Civil War time, where you were a slave in the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they scrapped that because of the political climate in the world. I'm not getting into that, but they scrapped it because of that. And they decided, and they're not even doing the Salem witch trials. They're doing the European witch trials, which are a little less violent.
See, what sucks and it's funny because when this first came out, I even said to you, how would you feel about this, and this going after KKK members? You're like, that's great. Well, it's never going to happen.
No, but you can do it in Red Dead Redemption 2.
They actually, and I'm a big history buff. Ryan knows this. There is one Assassin's Creed game that they toyed with that they have completely abandoned that I kind of wanted to see just to see how it would have played out. They had, from what I was reading, it could have been false. It could have been a false report. So don't quote me saying it was real. But there was a report that I saw that said they were going to do an Assassin's Creed game based in 1940s Germany. They had intended for you to play an Auschwitz survivor that escaped and became an assassin.
I would have. That would be. I wonder how that fucking story would go.
I'd have played it.
I mean, I didn't play it. I just want to know how. Cause are you diving headfirst into that whole story, or are you tiptoeing? Because they like to tiptoe around stuff now. They don't like to.
I think for that one you gotta go like
You have to go full in.
Yeah, you have to. It's got to be like a full-on Schindler's List as a game.
Yeah,
Because that would be a great concept of a game. But at the same time, too, how many people are ready for that kind of climate?
Well, see, the reason they scrapped that one and the reason they scrapped the Civil War slave idea is just because I'm going to try to say this without getting political because I don't want to get political, but it's just with the climate we live in now, it was just deemed too offensive.
I think
Which is true.
which is just history, though. Like, that's the thing. When it comes down to it, there are things that, yes, they didn't touch in a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, but in reality, like, they're not that bad. Like, there's always going to be some kind of truth. And we'll even go back to this last one they just did, where everyone's freaking out about how Shadow was not historically correct. Right, but it wasn't false either.
See, the only thing that hurt Shadows, though, and the thing that hurt Shadows was the Ghost games, Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah.
Those two games, if for anybody listening, if you've never played them, two of the best games ever made, in my opinion. They tackled Japanese history so beautifully, and they stayed true to a lot of the lore, a lot of the spiritual and economical things they did in feudal Japan. And that it hurt Shadows because Shadows was basically Japanese history if you didn't know anything about Japanese history.
I mean, the other game that did great like that was Black Myth Wukong.
Yes, but that's Chinese history. That's not Japanese.
I mean,
history.
it's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
The story's based off of Dragon Ball. Like, the story of Dragon Ball Z is literally Black Myth Wukong. It's the way of the West.
Yeah.
So it's literally the same fucking story.
Pretty much, yeah.
But we'll see. Definitely keep the ear to the ground because, God forbid, no pun intended, I think everyone's waiting for that God of War game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, everybody is, yeah.
But, all right, moving on to TV and movie news. Ryan, where'd you find this? We're getting a Small Soldiers 2?
Yeah, so the original writer has started working on a script. Apparently, David Cross and Jay Moore are interested in the idea. This one, I believe, is going to be called Battle of Necron.
Yeah.
And the way I'm seeing it, the only way they could do this and make it work is if, first off, they confirmed that the Gorgonites did, in fact, find Gorgon. And if we remember, there were a couple of soldiers that survived the EMP blast.
Right.
So what if Chip made another army and has spent the last 20 years scouring the wilderness to finish?
See, I loved the first Small Soldiers. I really did. The second one, though, it was like somebody kicking down your front door and making their own version of mac and cheese in your mom's kitchen. It just...
It's making those collard greens and not knowing how to cook them right.
But the nostalgia factor is going to hit. People are going to watch it. This is something that's going to give humanity hope and then hopefully laugh at itself.
So the only people as of right now that you said that are back is Jay Moore.
I believe David.
Because Jay Moore was in the original, so.
Speaking of people making bad decisions, though.
Jay Moore and David Cross.
And David Cross, okay.
But speaking of people making bad decisions, can we talk about what Michael Jordan was thinking during the Daytona 500?
All right.
Like,
yeah. You know what?
Can we talk about what he was thinking during the
You know what?
Daytona
There's no
500?
TV. There's no TV news. That was barely any movie news. There was not a lot of movie news. Let's dive into this and dive into our anchor topic for the week. Sponsored by Ghost. Actually, I was not prepared for that. What the fuck am I doing, Ronnie? It's not like I'm a fucking professional at this shit. All right. Yes. Our Anchor Topic is sponsored by Ghost. Need a boost to power through your day? Grab a can of Ghost Energy Drink. I just finished one, really, too. Fucking the Ghost Grape Cran. Welch's Grape Cran.
Dude. Look, I just saw that one in the blue raspberry in stores out here. How is it?
Grape Cran, a little dry. I've had the blueberry one. The blueberry literally tastes like fucking blue raspberry. If you're a fan of blue raspberry, you love it.
It should be dry. It's got cranberry in it.
I know, but they got it pretty much correct. I'm waiting for the 7. I'm waiting for the A&W one.
Oh, shit.
Yep, but yes, need a boost, get through your day, grab a can of Ghost Energy and feel the difference. Both flavors, 0 sugar, natural caffeine. Ghost delivers what you need to crush your workouts and tackle your biggest challenges, like your next God of War sitting or Assassin's Creed sitting. No jitters, just clean substance energy. Stay focused at the top of your game. Plus, Ghost Energy also does proteins, pre-workouts, pretty much anything you can think of. They have it in ridiculous flavors.
They do have the best flavors on the market.
Say that again?
They do have the best flavors on the market. It's all natural. I'm a big fan. I've bought so many I should own stock in the company. Give the electric limeade a try.
Yes. The one thing I will always do is for the gamer fuel, quote unquote gamer fuel side of it, where it's just the powder. Sonic's cherry limeade.
That sounds good.
It tastes like fucking Sonic's cherry limeade.
That's what's up.
Yes, even though this is sponsored by Ghost, we are not sponsored by Ghost. Please, Ghost, please sponsor us. We will be your shills.
I have spent so much fucking money on your products. Please sponsor us.
Listen, I will do shit on TikTok. I will do shit on Instagram. Hashtag go sponsor us.
I will get that.
You say that you'll do anything until they have you dress up in a pink tutu dancing to My Heart Will Go On.
I'll fucking do it. I don't
What?
give a shit.
Listen, hold on. Does the check clear?
You won't know until after you finish dancing.
That's not how this works. Does the check clear?
Yes.
Then I'm your Huckleberry.
Every night in my dream.
Fucking My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Oh, no. In a freaking pink leotard while Aerosmith's I Can Only Hear You Dreaming.
Oh my God. How did we go from Titanic to Armageddon?
They're both movies that suck because they both could have fucking lived.
Okay, first off, we do not talk shit on the greatest Bruce Willis movie of all time next to Disney's The Kid.
Look.
Hey, at least you didn't say First Kid.
Look, it was a good movie. Armageddon was a great movie. The biggest travesty, though, how is Aerosmith, one of the greatest bands ever made, how is their only #1 hit they ever had from that movie? Like, that's just how much of a masterpiece that movie was, that Aerosmith finally got their #1 hit.
Because it was played all over because they were not, because let's face it, they were not a rock band. Their biggest hits were folk music.
I mean, that's true. And
They got to become a rock band when Armageddon came out and they were playing that song all over the fucking radio.
Shorty, Ben Affleck.
Well, I mean, that's like before Titanic. Nobody really cared about Celine Dion, and then My Heart Will Go On came on, and everybody was like, "Hey, this bitch can sing."
Because Leonardo DiCaprio's a motherfucking pimp.
Yeah,
All I'm saying, Rose was the main of that movie. That's all I'm saying.
Leo could have lived.
Bruh, look. Rose cheated on her millionaire husband with a homeless guy she met on a cruise, and then she let the homeless guy die from freezing to death, and then she had this $250 million pendant in her pocket the whole time while she watched her husband, Calvert, slave away for years to support their family. She could have fed them for eternity. But instead, she's like, look, I still miss this homeless guy that I had sex with on this cruise. I'm going to throw this diamond into the ocean.
While Bill Paxton's just laughing at her.
Right.
Bill Paxton's like, I'm glad you died right after that, you bitch.
And then Mythbusters goes and actually proves the fact that he could have fit on the fucking. He could have fit on the fucking. On the.
But look, hold on. While we're on this discussion, does that make her the smartest villain ever? Because, like, so she got the benefits of the rich guy. She fucked the homeless guy. She kept the diamond. She threw it in the ocean knowing that this guy's never going to see it because the light's going to hit it and some fucking fish is going to eat it. And then she got, like, to die with a clear conscience.
My thing is, though,
Make sense.
the promise that she made to Jack was that she would survive and she would make a good life. He never asked her to promise to hold on to him for her and rest of her life. He only wanted her to live and be successful. Like,
If we're being honest, he said, never let go. And she fucking let him sink into the ocean and turn into fish shit.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Ghost energy, everybody. But anyway, what do these all have in common?
Tickling booty at Daytona 500.
I mean, listen. In reality, when you think about it, it could be worse. It could be like Dirty Dancing.
Oh, God. He was fucking 20. She was 16. That movie's about pedophilia. God damn it, Patrick Swayze.
But everybody loved it because it was Patrick Swayze. Like,
And I've had the time of my life.
yeah, with a minor. Like,
Hey, yo, Epstein.
kind of like Michael Jordan.
Will be allegedly on the Epstein files.
And there's the 6 degrees of separation.
Somehow, this is all going to lead back to Kevin Bacon.
Dude, that's kicking ass.
Or it's going to lead back to the greatest villain in all of cinema history.
Darth Maul.
Jenny Gump.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jar Jar Binks.
I mean, Jar Jar Binks is the ultimate Sith Lord. Like, he is the most evil character in the entire show, but nobody believes me when I say that.
He's a fucking tard.
But the retarded ones are usually the most dangerous, though.
Gotta have that. Jar Jar had that grip strength. Listen, Jar Jar had that grip and tongue strength.
Oh, no, man. No, Jar Jar had retard strength. Dude. He's the thing. He's gonna break your spine.
Dude, I'm just imagining this scene from The Dark Knight Rises, but instead of Bane breaking Batman, I'm imagining Jar Jar Binks breaking Batman.
He's way overstimulated and he just snaps.
Me so sorry.
He's the thing.
Batman's over here like, where's the trigger? Jar Jar Binks like, means to break your back. Like,
No, Jar Jar. No, I didn't ask for that.
But all right. So anyway, our anchor topic of the week.
I can't stop imagining Jar Jar breaking Batman's back.
So first off, we're gonna say. First off, God damn it, Ryan. We're gonna start off with this by saying allegedly. Even though there is some kind of video evidence of this, we just gonna preference this by saying allegedly, obviously because of the beginning prompter. This is just our views. During the Daytona 500, which was an amazing fucking race.
all these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle. Michael Jordan's team won the Daytona 500.
Correct. Congratulations.
Yes. Not and this has to come without controversy. There was I guess you could say video. So originally the video shows Michael Jordan tugging on pretty much tugging on the little kid's t-shirt. It's the son of the drivers. I'm trying to think of his
He is
fucking name.
not tugging on no T-shirt.
I'm saying.
Oh, Reddick. The driver's
Reddick.
name was Reddick.
Thank you. Reddick's son's shirt that was around his waist, pretty much. Let's just say that. And there were people screaming that he was.
We can say it. It's a lie, but we can say it.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that people are seeing it, and Brian, you said it first. That it didn't look right. It looked like he was.
He grabbed that kid's ass 8 times.
Yeah, and then they're saying that it was him getting ice cubes out. There's video of this where it doesn't look right.
And see, my thing with it is, like, depending on what angle you see it from, makes it seem a whole lot worse or not as bad. Like, if you look at an aerial angle, which is what most people saw, it looks really bad.
Right. And
It wasn't really an angle, though.
What?
The one that I saw wasn't really an aerial angle.
There's 3 different ones I saw. There's an aerial one. There's one that's literally right onto the car, like from the start finish line, right to there. That's the one that doesn't look that bad.
Yeah. But the aerial one makes it look like he's grabbing ass on a 6-year-old. Right.
The one that I saw is not an aerial. It is not from the car. It was from the TV crew. So it's from head, and he grabbed that kid's ass 8 times. And then rubbed his leg. And everybody keeps saying, like, oh, he was getting ice off of him.
No,
There was water spilled. And then there's the video of how the kid's shirt got wet. And it was literally from his dad pouring a bottle of water over him and shaking it around like a champagne bottle.
Now,
Since when the fuck do ice cubes fit in water bottles?
now, wait. Now, you're right. I'm not saying wait on your thing. I literally stopped listening to people giving the explanation. The one person that has not come out yet, but their company has come out, is Michael Jordan. MJ's rep has come out. MJ has not.
But see, the problem with it is, though, even if MJ comes out, just say he comes out, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, public view, the public eye has already made up their minds.
Yeah, it's too
that
late
he is
now.
guilty, that he's a predator. Like, you can't.
There's
Nothing he can to backtrack from this now.
Yeah, no, it's too late now.
It's what it looked like. Like the angle that I saw is directly at him, and he looks down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leg rub. That's not okay. And then the fucking driver's rep is asked about it, and he replies, "We have no comment."
So, I will say this, and I've said this from the start. Everyone screams about Jordan and how, oh my God, Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player ever. Yeah, I'll agree with that. He is the greatest basketball player ever. But Michael Jordan's also one of the shittiest human beings in the world, too.
Yes, absolutely. All sports fucking people are.
That's the thing. Like, our anchor topic is, like, when everyone says, oh, these players have to be these kids' role models. No, they don't. These kids have to be these. Well, if you're going to be a kid's role model, then you need to tell these kids that they need to be a role model for them, what they are on the court, on the field, what they do in their sport, not for how they act off the field.
Correct.
I'm sorry, Michael Jordan is a notorious gambler. He's an addict to gambling.
Another example of somebody being just an absolute hero, and I'm using him as a celebrity, not as an athlete, but as a celebrity. John Cena on camera seems like the greatest person in the world. I have not heard a single person say that he's a good person outside of the Make-A-Wish. So everything I've talked to from people he's worked with in Hollywood, all say he's an asshole.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like,
You know who is a sports hero and a role model and doesn't get enough credit?
Who?
Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Yeah. People crap on Tebow because of the Jesus stuff. Like, people literally hate on him because of his faith, and I don't understand that part.
Last weekend was his yearly event, Night to Shine, which is like a prom for the special needs.
Yeah, disabled. Yeah, special needs. Yeah.
And this thing went off in over 970 churches, over 47 countries, I believe.
Yeah.
They were U.S., the U.K., Ethiopia, Mexico, fucking Indonesia, India, fucking everywhere. And now they've got Tim Tebow, and he's joined the effort to stop child trafficking. Tell me one fucking bad thing about Tim Tebow. I dare y'all, for real.
No.
Oh, what? He waited until he got married to lose his virginity? Used to be the normal expectation of people.
Listen.
And what's so bad? You know, everybody talks crap because he was a phenomenal athlete and quarterback in college. The only negative thing you can truly say about Tebow is that as a quarterback in the NFL, he never put it together. However, in his first season, even though Denver went 8-8 and barely made it in, he won Denver's first playoff game since John Elway.
Don't talk about that game. Don't talk about that game in front of Ryan.
I know it's a sensitive subject because he beat Pittsburgh. But,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You go fuck yourself right in your fucking butthole. Go suck a dick with your butt, James.
You know what? There is one bad thing I would say about Tebow. There's one bad thing, and this is stretching it. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right.
With how much of a man of God he is, he allowed a lot of that shit behind his back at Florida.
Yeah. Dude, that Florida team rivals the 2001 Miami Hurricanes for how many people got arrested on that team.
That's what I mean. As much
You
as
definitely go suck a dick with your butt.
I mean, they were fucking. I mean, convicts. Like, let's face it. That team. That whole team though was Hall of Famers. Not gonna deny that. That whole team was Hall of Famers.
You two can suck each other's dicks with your own butts.
Hey, what? This is not the two-man luge.
This isn't the human centipede.
Nourish him.
It's not the two-man luge. You know that version was done by a German guy, right?
Okay, so everybody's wanting to jump to Michael Jordan's defense. But like, why weren't there as many people wanting to jump to the defense of like Derek Jeter with them? Hey, you just fucked Derek Jeter, non-disclosure agreements and like $1 million gift baskets.
Oh, dude, and I'll say this: like Derek Jeter, yes, I looked at him for what he did on the field, and what he did off the field was just the same. Like, I'm sorry, the gift baskets thing is now form of legend.
And like, people have not come to someone's defense on a pro athlete like this since they came to Kobe's defense for his rape allegations. And I think it was like 2000? Was it 2000?
2006 or 2006, 2007.
Well,
yeah.
See, I remember about that, but I'm not a big NBA guy. So, like, is this like an O.J. Simpson moment? Like, did he do it?
Oh, no.
Well,
He did it.
Well, here's the problem. Right? Kobe, okay, he was in, I don't remember where he was.
Boulder.
He was staying at this
Boulder. Colorado.
Yeah, he was staying in a hotel recovering from a knee surgery, and a 19-year-old housekeeper claimed that he raped her. The
Massage
problem
therapist.
the yeah, well, the problem is Kobe
Well,
came in open court and admitted that they did have sex.
She massaged his cock for money.
And
Kobe came out and said, "Yeah, me and her had sex," but he claims it was consensual. The thing that hurt her case is when they went to a grand jury, she backed out and decided to not pursue charges. So that's ultimately why Kobe wasn't arrested or do any time, because this girl, when the shit hit the fan and the heat came on, she backed out.
Ryan, I gotta find this. His wife, Kobe's wife, stayed with him. But the rock that she got was like a fucking $9 million knuckle duster. Like,
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, so Kobe's wife stayed with Kobe after he cheated. There's no allegedly, that it was all public knowledge.
Yeah.
Kobe's wife stayed with him. But because the only reason that she stayed with him is because he bought her a fucking like $9 million diamond ring. It looked like a fucking knuckle duster.
Yeah.
Thing looked like this thing looked like the fucking Hope Diamond on a fucking rock on a fucking placement.
The ring he bought her gave the Hope Diamond an inferiority complex.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Listen. If things were really tight, Ray Rice could have competed with that for elevator boxing champion of the world.
Hey, you know what? I think I found him a competitor finally.
Oh?
Yeah, the limo boxing champion of the world, Chris Brown.
Oh, yeah. By the way, you know that was actually a thing at one time for ESPN 8, the Ocho? Elevator boxing.
I love it.
But, yeah, no, like, I think the whole thing that we're trying to say when it comes to this is parents need to start telling their kids that if you're going to see these people as role models, understand that they're two different people.
Yeah, that they're really pieces of shit.
The only one that didn't seem like a piece of shit, but guess what? He has every right to be a piece of shit if you come at him correctly, is Brock.
Tim Tebow.
Oh, Tebow just is a nice dude all around. But I'm saying Brock has every right to be a piece of shit. But if you...
Talking about Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, but if you're nice to him, he'll be nice to you. He's a dude.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's a big ass dude, but he's a dude. Like, he's one of those people that he doesn't need. He. If you told me, oh, Brock Lesnar's the biggest asshole in the world,
I would surprised, and I would be okay with that.
But I'm saying,
and I would be
your
okay
point.
with that because I would be okay with that because he could very easily and very handily beat me to death without trying or breaking a sweat.
But that's the thing. It's like, oh, he's a dick. Your point? He has every right to be an asshole.
If somebody looked at me like, hey, I met Brock Lesnar and he's a dick, I'd be like, I kind of expect that.
Speaking of,
he's like a mountain lion. You got to respect that deadly killing machine.
Speaking of pro athletes being assholes, it's no secret that during the 90s and early 2000s, before Shawn Michaels got clean, that he was not a good person. But
no, you can ask Chris Candido that.
Did y'all see that allegedly they are working on a documentary highlighting the life of HBK?
I'll stand by what I said earlier. Who's playing Sonny?
I want to know who's playing Sean. I want to know who's directing.
The perfect cast. We need Pee Wee Herman to play Shawn Michaels, and Terry Crews has to play Sonny.
I mean, we're gonna need some necro magic to bring old Paul Rubens back.
Okay, well, let's change it then. Ryan, you're playing Shawn Michaels. Terry Crews is Sonny.
I'm in. It's Terry Crews. It's guaranteed to be box office gold.
But like, all right, well, how? Like, that's the question. How much are we getting? Are we getting up to like born again Shawn Michaels?
The report I read, and it like I said, it's all speculation. Obviously, WWE has not confirmed or denied any of this. But what from the insider that I see, and the insider, it was a Tom something. He's one of the most reputable insiders for WWE. He said that apparently the documentary is going to feature Shawn's early life up to the point where he became a superstar, and it's supposed to go through his battle with alcohol and drugs and his turning point from where he turned straight edge and gave his life to Christ up until the point where he became arguably the greatest professional wrestler to ever live.
So pretty much up to his retirement in WWE.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Because that's the big question is okay, who's gonna play? Like, who's playing Brett? Because who's playing Vince?
You're right. I mean, that's like I said, it's all speculation. Like I said, obviously, you know, if it was, like I said, there may not be any truth to it because obviously, if it was by now, with you know how much WWE has been coming open with how they do things behind the scenes, I feel like we would have heard something about it. So there may not be any truth to it. But like I said, some of the news, some of the sources that I've seen posting about it are usually pretty reputable sources. So I feel like there is some merit to it, which, I mean, WWE in the recent years, you know, they've been doing documentaries about a lot of people. You know, I don't care what anybody says. The Bray Wyatt documentary they did brought me to tears at the end when everyone was talking about Bray and what happened to him and everything.
Oh, that kind of documentary, not like a biopic like the Iron Claw.
Yeah, no, it's going to be like kind of like what they did with Bray, like talking about his life, talking about his addiction, his recovery, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't see, as much as that would be cool, I don't see that. I would rather see a biopic, but at the same hand, too, I'm going to say this. The Shawn Michaels stuff could easily be a Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah. Yeah, it could.
It really could. I think it is.
Not yet, but it wouldn't be surprised if we get that soon. But, that being said, let's go into our break, hit song of the week, come back, knock out sports, knock out wrestling, and get the fuck out of here. So
I'm in.
Let's hit song of the week, and we will be right back.
I'll wave a hand at the faceless mask. You see the eye on the screen, the plastic shade behind the glass. I am the myth you bought and sold. I trade your pride for fantasy. Bow down before the hollow king. I'll plunge the knife into your back. I sign the ball, I curse your face, I hide the malice in a smile. A champion of the human race, building wealth upon the fall. I am the myth you bought and sold. I trade your pride for a fast day. Bow down before the hollow king. truth is tearing through the pain. I am the void, the heart of stone. The storm will break the dying saint. Watch me tumble from the throne.
Gentlemen, that was Song of the Week, which we have done personally through AI. Because
Nerdport AI Records.
Nerdport AI
sir.
Records will be on YouTube tomorrow after the show.
And the name of that track is?
I don't have it in front of me. I know, professionalism, right?
Shadow Hero.
There you go. Thank you, Hollow King.
So before we get too indulged in any other topic, I have a question that it's a quick answer. And I mentioned this to Ryan earlier. Out of every promotion, New Japan, TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW, WWE, who is one superstar that you don't like the way they're being pushed?
Does half
And
the
why?
does half the roster of AEW count?
Yes, but just one person who they really it can be for any reason. It doesn't have to be because you don't like him. It could just be for any reason that you just don't like the way they're being pushed.
I mean,
For me, it was Jey Uso.
Who?
For me, it was Jey Uso. They pushed him too hard, too fast, and they ruined him. Now they got to lob him in there in the same category with Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. We gave push, and you weren't ready.
Now, this may be an unpopular one, and he is one of my favorite superstars. I don't like the way they have pushed Obafemi so far because most of the guys that could realistically beat him are starting to get to the point where they want to retire. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. You don't have guys that are really big and strong. I mean, you got guys like Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre that are big and strong, but look at what Obafemi did to the War Raiders. We're talking two guys that weigh 300 plus pounds, and he threw them around like they were cruiserweights.
He had angry sex with them, and I'm okay with that from the story aspect because Obafemi is
he's a beast.
monster.
Yes, but the problem is, though, if you build him up to be this unbeatable machine, and then guys that could realistically beat him like Roman and Brock, if they retire, who you got on the roster that could realistically take down a monster like that?
Gunther?
I mean, you also have about 5 guys that are just as big, if not fat, or at least faster than him down in NXT right now, too.
I mean, that's true. And I really feel like part of the reason, I mean, granted, Powerhouse Hobbs is a great wrestler and he's a big name. I feel like part of the reason they signed him was as a counter to Oba because Powerhouse is just as big, just as fast, and honestly, just as strong as Oba.
Trick Willie.
I love me some Trick Willie.
I don't like how they're. I don't like how they're booking him.
Obafemi, Trick Williams, That's money printing itself.
Now,
Yeah.
anyone that knows this show and have seen this show, I'm trying not to bring this in because I'm trying to leave politics out of it. But let's face it, AEW completely destroyed Brody King.
No, AEW gave Brody King enough rope to hang himself
Yeah,
with.
that's what I mean. Like he was a guy that I could have seen been a good hand in WWE, and he completely just killed his career.
And see, the problem is Tony Khan is a cokehead who has daddy's money.
How's everybody
Because
doing?
his dad,
I was waiting for the other part. As soon as you said coke, I was like, he's going to say it.
He's a coked up Armenian who's got daddy's money.
I'm doing coke off of Kai Conti's ass.
Again,
I mean, you gotta think, his dad, God, literally owns an NFL football team.
And he's got that hot dog money.
You keep saying that he's doing blow off Ty Conti's ass, and you know that's a lie.
All right, fine. He's doing dick dingers off of Sammy Guevara.
He's doing dick dingers off of
AEW is the problem with AEW is Tony Khan, every time a big name person hits free agency, Tony Khan signs them to a 4-year, $500 million contract.
Tommaso Ciampa.
They have 2 matches, and they're never from in.
Hey, Tony Khan and AEW, I know I'm super critical of your product, but if you're looking to give away some money, I'll come do whatever.
Like, dude, like
so... Go ahead.
Everybody's talking about how bad Rusev and Aleister Black have been doing since they came back to WWE, and they're talking about, how they only lost 2 matches or whatever the whole time they were in AEW. And it's like, yeah,
they
but
only
they only
had 4 matches.
The whole time. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a name that is still under contract with WWE that no one realizes is still under contract.
Who?
Apollo Crews.
Yeah, he was on SmackDown the other night.
He's been wrestling on Main Event.
Yeah.
That dude has not been on TV in God knows how long, except recently, and now he's on TV. Like, okay, he still is under contract.
That's who you put with Obafemi.
What?
Put them together.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That wasn't him. Different big, jacked African.
Yeah, that was Omos.
That was Omos,
but
yeah.
I think Oba and Apollo, those two together, they could feed off that energy that Obafemi brings and just fucking rock it.
Yeah, I mean, like, AEW is starting to turn into Wrestling Society X with a budget.
I mean, look, they've committed all of the crucial mistakes that WCW committed that led to their downfall in half the time.
And here's the thing. The one thing that I want to say is Tony Khan better pray to God that this Netflix merger doesn't actually happen. That CBS actually and Paramount actually can find a way to buy Warner Brothers.
Oh, yeah, because then Netflix would have access to HBO, and HBO has the rights to AEW.
Yep.
And see, this is something Ryan and I have talked about. The problem with, and Ryan knows, I love, old school ECW. I love the hardcore stuff. My problem with AEW, and the reason I tried watching AEW a couple times, my problem with it, anytime Jon Moxley is on the show, somebody is getting hurt and bloodied up. Jon Moxley does not know how to have a wrestling match without getting barbed wire slammed on his head or, jumping on a bed of nails or something. It's not entertainment. Like, I love violent wrestling, but John Moxley, he literally never has regular matches. Every match he ever has in AEW goes to bloodshed and extreme levels of violence.
So you're gonna laugh at this. There's a dude that is in WWE right now who legitly was John Moxley's tag team partner in CZW.
Who?
Joe Gacy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Switchblade Conspiracy. And you want to say that, oh, well, and Gacy was a deathmatch wrestler. A very big deathmatch wrestler. Was one of the best was one of the best. But he also knew how to wrestle. That's the difference. He's not Nick Gage, where Nick Gage is the modern version of New Jack.
Fuck Nick Gage too.
I mean, that's a different reason, but yes, I agree with that.
Fuck that guy right in his stupid, bald, fucking heroin addict head.
Onita! Onita!
Onita!
Matt Tremont got hurt, by the way.
What's
He landed on cinder blocks, apparently.
Oh, he didn't do it right. I body slammed a feller on cinder blocks a couple times, and he came out all right.
Yeah, but Matt Tremont also is my age, and he looks like he's 60.
We're the same age, fucko.
Matt Tremont's younger than us, dude.
Tremont's also a deathmatch wrestler.
But think about that. Tremont is 2 years younger than us.
I mean, you know how much I respect and admire the work of Schlack, but he looks old as fuck.
Well, Schlack, though, in all due respect, as much as Schlack is not fully due to deathmatch wrestling, that has to do with his military time, too.
The deathmatch wrestling didn't help.
Oh, no, it didn't help, but he was also military, so...
Hold on, and let me just say, if this somehow makes it back to Schlack, no offense meant, dude. I'm a huge fan. I've got a Schlack Kills Monster shirt that I wear to the gym constantly.
So you're going to laugh at this. I knew Schlack when he was security at CZW.
I was surprised to see him at the Carnage. What was but not the Carnage Cup? The fucking deathmatch tournament they had over the summer.
What? Up by you? Was it
No. How about you?
Oh, what?
It was,
the Nick Gage Invitational.
he entered in the Tournament of Death last year.
Oh, TOD. That was CZW. Yeah.
I'm also if it makes it back to, I'm not gonna lie, your Schlack Kills All Monster shirt inspired me to make a Reinar fucking kaiju shirt.
But like, Schlack also knew where Schlack was also a good tag team wrestler. As much as he did death matches, he was a tag guy.
You don't have to put Schlack over to me. I'm a fan.
No, but a lot of people will. I remember Schlack getting fucking hooked in his back, getting hung, and literally everyone's like, "Oh, that's disgusting." Schlack's looking down, going, "Hey, can I have that beer?" Just chilling with freaking hooks in his back, and just going, "Can I have that beer?" He's drinking a beer while he's just sitting there, like trying to, like not really selling, but just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna chill up here.
I love how I turned this into an impromptu Schlack appreciation segment.
But it's the thing is though, is like when it comes to certain shit in wrestling, it's just that like at least Schlack is respectable, unlike Mercedes Moné.
Oh my god, dude! I was never a big fan of her when she was in WWE, but she has become insufferable since she got on the independent circuit.
Let me ask you this. If you could get a text message from her every week, would you pay for it?
No.
Good, because she's doing that, and it's $99 a month. I'm sorry, $99 a month for hey. And her reasoning behind the $99 a month is, hey, y'all have OnlyFans. How much do you spend on OnlyFans?
Dude, fuck Sasha Banks. Fuck Mercedes Monet. Snoop Dogg, I love you, homie. We was just kicking it. You need to tell your cousin to chill the fuck out and sit down. She ain't worth no.
And I'm
she ain't
sorry.
She ain't worth no $25,000 in appearance. I'm sorry.
And $99 for a text message.
And look, I respect her for being like, it ain't nothing nasty. It's just like a glimpse into my life, whatever. And you know what, dude? If you got $100 to drop for a text message of her being like, today I'm going to the gym and preparing for this show, like, good for you, man. Fucking spend it. Me personally, I would rather drop my balls in a meat grinder and give the handle a couple spins.
Dude, like, when it comes to that, like, and Ryan knows this, I have always been a diehard Undertaker fan. I always have been. But if Undertaker called me right now and said, hey, man, if you give me $100 a month, I'll give you a weekly update on my life, I'm not doing it. But like you said, Ronnie, the problem is you've got people that will be like, oh, it's only $99 a month. Hey, let's do this. And it's just like,
But,
bruh,
I'm sorry. The other thing is, too, is you want to know the difference between a text and, oh, well, someone's paying $10 or $20 for an OnlyFans. Yeah, and I'm going to use the ones that don't send fucking nudes. Zelina Vega used to have an OnlyFans.
yeah.
I know a female out here that has an OnlyFans and there's no new content on
Yeah,
it.
but some of them
Lingerie
use it.
content.
But yeah, they use it as lingerie. They'll use it as cosplay. They'll use it for other material, but they'll use that to make other money. They're not gonna do $99 for a fucking text forum.
No.
Like, holy shit, we used to get this shit for free when AOL was around. Now it's just Reddit.
And the problem is, like, I understand wanting to feel like you're connecting with someone on a personal level, like in terms of your favorite athletes or favorite wrestler, you know, whatever you want to say. But again, you're paying $100 a month for them to send you maybe 2 to 3 text messages in a 30-day time period.
That's
like,
true.
Now, I will say this, and y'all may agree with me, y'all may not. If you were paying $100 a month and she was taking time out of at least just one day a week and having a full, like 3 or 4 hour long conversation with you and getting to know you, not like in a romantic way, but just being like, hey, you know, you told me your mom is having surgery. How's she doing? Or you told me that you just got a new puppy. Are they adapting well? If that was the kind of conversation you were having, maybe I could see paying that much for it. But we're talking about you're paying $100 a month for her to just be like, hey, and that's all you get from her.
Yeah, that's a little fun.
But okay, so I'll say this: like, I literally will go on Twitch, again, hello Twitch, and I've talked to Mia Yim, and have had conversations with Mia Yim on Twitch, not costing any money, just there.
Hey, you know what? I think it's still floating around SoundCloud. James will remember this. Like, I got 45 minutes on the phone with DDP to interview him, like, for free.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, I'll tell you, I was so disappointed. There was I don't even think they're around anymore. There was this little small promotion called FCW that came to my hometown one week. And me and my friends went because Hacksaw Jim Duggan was at the event. Dude,
Florida Championship Wrestling FCW?
Do what?
Florida Championship Wrestling FCW?
No, it was just this like little small, like you'd never heard of any of the superstars promotion.
Oh, okay, an indie.
Yeah.
Good old Shindy.
Hacksaw he signed a 2x4 for me, and I got a picture with him. But I walked up to him beginning of the show. We paid for the VIP package and everything, and I walked up to him, and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Duggan, I just wanted to see how you're doing. I'm a huge fan. I love your work." He looked at me and said, "Okay, kid, cool," and just resumed the conversation he was having. Like, and in the back of my head, like, I thought it was cool that I got the 2x4 with his signature. I thought it was cool to get the picture. But in that moment, it was just like, dude, like I wasn't going to engage him in this hour-long conversation. I just really wanted to introduce myself to him and be like, "Hey, look, I'm a big fan." But he was just like, "Okay, cool, whatever."
So
Like,
I've had moments where I've been at shows. Like I've ran into like guys like Buff Bagwell, Shane Helms, people like that. But like when I'm at the shows, I really don't like get involved and talk to a lot of them because 90% of the time, a lot of them go out to the bars afterwards. And I know a lot of guys that are in AEW and TNA and the guys that ref in NXT. And it was never, hey. It was always, hey, you guys want to come? It was never, oh, I'm going to just show up and be awkward. No, it's, hey, you guys are cool. You want to come? And then all of a sudden, Shane Helms shows up, and I'm literally talking 3 hours with Shane about old WCW and about 3 Count.
So let me just say, at least out there, they wait. I'm going to tell you a story real quick about a show that I worked.
Not everyone waits. Not everyone waits. I have a story about someone not waiting, so we'll get
very specifically about someone not waiting. Now, I'm not gonna drop any names. Jay Stevens. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Who showed up to the venue with a tall boy in his hand, continued to drink with his opponent throughout the beginning of the show and intermission, went out hammered as fuck and put on not his best work, just for me to walk over to that side of the locker room to find him laying on the floor, laughing about the match, drinking yet another beer.
now,
I don't know how many beers. I don't know how many beers had to die that night, but that motherfucker is a pro at drinking and driving.
speaking of superstars going out in public and having fun or whatever, just real quick question for y'all. What did y'all think when the night the Wyatt Six debuted? They immediately went to Waffle House and started signing autographs and taking pictures with people and everything. Like, there was a lot of fuss about that because the type of character they were playing, what they're personifying, they should not have been so friendly and open. Like, what do y'all think about that? Ryan, I want your opinion because I know with you being a semi-professional wrestler, like, I want your opinion.
First off, motherfucker Jones, that same thing has happened to me because most of the places that I work, I'm a heel. I'm a big bad fucking Viking for hire. And I mean, we weren't at a Waffle House, we were at a Denny's, but I mean, now I'm just splitting hairs. And same thing happened to me. Some people that were at the show that I just got done working were there, saw me, and asked, and like they recognized me, they called out to me to make sure that I was the person that they thought. And whenever I looked over at them and like confirmed, I was asked to take 2 pictures. First one was with an adult, and they got a very awkward thumbs up photo. Like, you fucker, I'm trying to enjoy my Grand Slam. You couldn't recognize the 2 other fucking wrestlers I was sitting with. I'm sorry, 3 wrestlers I was sitting with, one of which is on OVW every week. Call yourself a fan. And the second for a little kid, he got the full fucking Reinhardt pose and everything. So I think it's cool that they're allowing people to see that there's a difference between the gimmick they are on TV and the people they are in real life. Because that's kind of what it's about. For a long time, we had to protect kayfabe and make everybody believe that we were those characters and it was real. But nowadays, like, people are hip to it, and sometimes it's kind of cool when they want to try to get to know the person behind the gimmick, unless you're trying to embody that gimmick, like a few people I know that I will not actually name drop because we work the same territory, and they think that their personality is enough to get them over as a gimmick, and it's not.
Is it a
That's
former?
why they,
Is
it's
it
why
a,
they only
is it a champion?
former. And
Well, I mean, honestly, dude, with the Unreal series that WWE released, it kind of killed kayfabe altogether because, I mean,
no,
no. When
the rise of the internet in the late 90s and early 2000s, that's what killed kayfabe.
True.
Yeah, but I've seen it where I've had people that are just completely fucking douchebags. Like, they think their shit don't stink. They're not respectful. They come up and they fucking bitch and moan that, oh, so-and-so wasn't nice. Motherfucker, you're paying money to see them. Like, I'll give an example where I felt like I was cheated out of a moment. Kevin Nash. And, oh, god damn it, the Funkasaurus.
Brodus Clay.
Refused to stand up for anybody. Didn't smile, didn't do jack, just did nothing. They were charging $40 for a combo, and when the photos, even with kids, they wouldn't stand up or Kevin Nash, not so much, but when he was with kids, he at least smiled. Brodus Clay looked like he didn't want to fucking be there.
I've heard from a lot of people that Brodus Clay was an asshole.
He's a royal dick.
He's going to be out here near me really soon, actually. Like, I would expect him to be, like, up in St. Louis in a hub with a lot of people, to talk politics like he does now. But he's going to be south of me in, like, and for small towns, it's big. It's like the metropolitan area for south of me. Farmington, Missouri.
Like, the nicest person that I met at the nicest person I think I ever met at a wrestling show. Tito Santana.
So the nicest guy that I've met was a former WCW enhancement talent, and that would be Wild Man Beast. Love
Okay.
Young.
So, God, the amount of people I've met off of, like, and I'm also talking about, like, indie dudes that I've met that are just, oh my God, you're a freaking douchebag.
Yeah, I know one of those too.
Yeah, I know you do, and it's got to fill a pool, doesn't it?
I had another show. It wasn't the same one. I had another little small indie show come through, and I actually got to meet former Nexus member Tarver.
Oh, male stripper?
I guess, yeah. He was actually pretty cool. Like, he wasn't just like real friendly, but compared to Hacksaw, he was a friggin' angel. But yeah, dude, fucking.
I'll give one guy that I met that I thought was going to be a real dick, but not at all. New Jack.
So I met this guy Reinar once, and he was a fucking douchebag.
Stud had a thing down to his knees.
Oh, dude!
I heard Reinar was a raging homosexual, though.
You could tell that homeboy's like he's carrying a hammer, and it gives him back.
Okay, there, Thor.
I mean, he says a hammer, but is it like a real hammer or is it like a little playset hammer that you buy a
It's a
3-year-old?
ball peen.
It's Thor's hammer because only those that are worthy can lift it.
So
That
that's what
means-
you do
that
on.
means-
So that's what happens on a Saturday night.
If Hemsworth isn't busy.
Okay,
But see,
there, Ragnarok.
I heard Reinar likes to hook up with homeless people in McDonald's bathrooms on Tuesday afternoon, but you know.
What is he, gay Superman?
I mean, he's clearly not out of the closet.
Hey. First off, homeless chicks will do a lot for a McChicken.
I never said chicks, Ryan.
And if you make it a McDougal, they're pretty much nothing off the table.
McChicken and a meth pipe.
See,
Take off the bottom bun, take off the top bun, smash them together. Also commonly referred to as a McGangbang.
Oh, so it's just some dude fucking a chicken.
I mean that also sounds like a typical Friday night for Reinar the hooligan.
Now. Unfortunately, this is the terrible fucking segue. Speaking of fucking chickens.
Dear Lord.
Listen, when you have to have a weight limit in certain things, you need to make sure you keep them separated.
Oh, is this what we're getting into now?
Yeah, that's why I said it's a terrible segue, but this is your subject, so go right ahead.
All right, man. So the other day I was scrolling online. I saw this this video of a high school girls wrestling match. Now, first off, I love that schools are starting to offer wrestling for females. Women's wrestling is fucking awesome. It's a great way for them to get that that camaraderie and also that solo determination. And I'm watching this video and I'm like, man, okay, you know, one of these girls is a little bit bigger than the other one. Like this might be an upset or a total domination. And the match starts, and of course, you know, the smaller girl gets slammed. She's trying to spin out, you know, like get into the seated position, or, you know, try to get her off of the back mat. And normally, any of us that have ever done amateur wrestling, watched amateur wrestling, know that sometimes they reach up, they grab you over one shoulder, one arm goes underneath your crotch and into your hip to flip you over, or attempt to flip you over. Okay? And it looked like the girl sprawled, but the look on her face was like disgust and horror. As you can see her very clearly mouth to her mother, her fingers are inside me. The problem comes to finding out after the match that her opponent is a transgender female athlete. Now, I have done amateur wrestling. I have watched quite a bit of amateur wrestling. I have watched female amateur wrestling. I have never seen a female wrestler give another female wrestler the fucking bowling ball grip.
The good old woo-woo?
Something, man, like, and this is something that we talked about repeatedly on this show. How long till something like this happens? And here we are. Because now I do believe the girl and her family are looking at filing sexual assault charges.
So here's the one thing that I will say about this, and it's kind of, listen, there's nothing that can defend this. No matter how you look at it, there's no way you can defend it. It happened. It's terrible. But
Now, you did some wrestling. You did some wrestling in high school, right, Ronnie?
yes.
Did your coach ever tell you to reach down and grab him by the fucking taint and balls?
No, but hold on. Here's the one thing though that this is the problem, and there's an issue here that we kind of glossed over too. So So in collegiate wrestling, they added the women's division 5 years ago.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I want to say, actually no, it is brand new. Most schools have now offered it since last year.
We are
Say that one more time, right?
we are
Yeah. Now, the reason I bring that up, and they made a women's division since last year. I bring that up because there never used to be a women's division. Men could wrestle women, and it was the one sport in high school that Title IX was in full effect.
what we have it for.
Yeah, that's what we had it for. But now they added divisions for women and weight classes for women's wrestling, which is not a bad thing. But now you get into the alt spot where, okay, now this is the problem. You have a biological male going to the women's side of sports when, as of 2 years ago, this wouldn't, it would be a story, but it would not be as big of a story as it is now. Because it didn't matter if someone was biologically a male or female, because there was no divisions. It was just weight classes. There was no women's or men's wrestling. It was just wrestling. So, yeah, like, this is getting to that point. Like, now we have this problem, and now we're getting into, well, they're going to sue for sexual harassment. Now the question is did this person say they were a woman to, let's face it, I hate saying it this way, but be a predator on actual high school girls?
Yes. And this proves it.
Now, the other question is obviously not defending it, but the question is now, is this a repeat offender or is this a one-off? Not saying it's any better, but if it's a repeat offender, then you know that it's more than it is said person. Obviously, it was on purpose, though. No matter what, it seemed like it was on purpose, no matter what.
See, the problem with it is, and I'm trying to figure out how to say this without being too offensive.
No, just say it, because literally, what I also, you got to think about it. If this was 5 years ago, this is not a big story. This is a story, but this is not a oh my god story.
See, the problem, this proves to an extent. This proves what a lot of people say about men saying that they're female to participate in female sports. Because now with the political climate in this world, if you tell this person who claims to be a woman that they can no longer compete because they blatantly were groping their opponent and becoming a predator, the climate we live in, if you kick them off the team, tonight, first thing in the morning, there's going to be riots in the street because you're being a transphobe. Even though, because Ryan was telling me about it earlier today, and I went and looked up the story myself. And dude, there's no defending this. The dude, or whatever you want to call him, literally grabbed this girl and was fondling her during a match.
Yeah, this wasn't, and here's the thing. Like I said, 5 years ago, if this happened 5 years ago, where there's no women or men's division, it's just weight classes, this kid would have been in handcuffs.
Yeah.
No questions asked. This kid would have been in handcuffs.
Oh yeah. They would have been on a list. They probably would have done a little bit of jail time.
Depending if they were 18 or depending on the age.
Well, no, even still, but you got to think. You got to think of the whatever state they're in. You got to think of their age of consent,
Right.
because the thing is, if the age of consent is because okay, we'll take my state.
We'll just say
The
16.
state I live in.
Just say 16.
Yeah, well, that is the age of consent in my state.
I'm saying that's average across the United States.
Yeah. So so the problem is, if you have this wrestler who's, how old was the girl that got fondled? She was 16, wasn't she?
Right.
I think. But the problem is, if this girl
Yes, I
was
think
even a day under 16, that's statutory rape no matter how. Well, not statutory rape, that's sexual assault no matter how you look at it. But if she was under the age of 16, under the age of consent, that's a real issue at that point.
Most states, the age of consent, I believe, is 17 for females.
Yeah, I think, because I know at one point there was one state where the age of consent was fucking 12, but they've amended that.
Alabama?
Well, no, when I was in high school, my teacher, my sex ed teacher, made us learn the age of consent for all the different states. And one state in the Midwest, the age of consent was literally like 12 years old.
Oh, probably Nebraska.
What's the age of consent? 16 is the age of consent in Washington State, where this happened.
Okay.
I just looked it up.
But still, this happened at a school-sanctioned event.
And she was 16 years old. Yeah. Well, no, we're getting all the pieces together. We're doing our due diligence.
But here's the problem though. Even if the girl was above the age of consent, she was not there to have somebody grope and fondle her. She was there to compete for a wrestling title.
Also too, this is because this is also considered a high school event. This is now a liability under both schools.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're under the school's protection.
Yep. And it goes to say, like I was saying earlier, now it gives credibility to the people who are saying that men are saying they're women strictly to get away with assaulting women.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Like I know a few people who are trans. They're not all, the one thing I don't, not all trans people are bad people, but you do have people like this wrestler who are doing this because, like you said, like, I don't remember which one y'all said it, but it was Ronnie said it 5 years ago. If this would have happened, no question, dude would have been in handcuffs on his way to the station. But with the political climate we live in now, he's able to grope this girl against her will, and nothing can be done about it, because if you try to discipline him, oh, well, he's a girl too, or she is a woman. Like, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, it is a thing where it's just
biological female athletes. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject to dial around, but like, you're not seeing nobody go into the WNBA as Joanna Man. You're not seeing college kids being trans. Like, you're not seeing transgender athletes in college anymore. They put a stop to that real quick.
See, now I'm just imagining LeBron James wearing a tutu shooting basketball with Caitlin Clark.
Like, no one's saying, like, that these people are bad people, like you said. But I think it's the fact that, okay, let's just throw this out there as an example. What if a straight male goes out, not even pretends they're a woman, just goes out for field hockey in a high school event? A straight male goes out for field hockey. You think people will be fucking up in arms about it? Like, in all honesty, do you think people will be bitching and moaning and be up in arms about it? right?
I mean, it depends on what else is going on in the world, for
But,
real.
well, no. I'll actually get to why this is important. But James, what do you think? Like, do you think people would be up in arms about it if a straight male goes out for field hockey in the fall? Because they can be up in arms all they want, but Title IX protects this person to go out. Because there is no male. Because in America, field hockey is more of a women's sport. Granted, some of the best over in Europe, field hockey is a dominant male sport. So they can bitch and moan all they could bitch and moan all they want if that happened, but Title IX would be the same reason that you would give me women that would be in wrestling back then could go out for field hockey. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see. More stuff is going to come out about this. We probably know, but... Oh, all right. Let's get into the wide world of sports, sponsored, quote-unquote, sponsored by Caesar Sportsbook. Ready to take your sports to the next experience, to the next level. Download Caesar Sportsbook app. Bet on all your favorite teams in just a few taps, unless you can't bet on local college teams in your state. Because Jersey, you can't. For unbeatable odds, excellent promotions, and legendary Caesar rewards. Get free food, free shows, get free rooms, things like that throughout the year. Hit the link down below that will be in the Twitch chat later. For $50 for a $50 deposit, you get another $50 in bonus bets. Remember to bet with your head, not over it. You must be 21 or older to gambling problems. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or whatever's in your state. Make sure to find the number that if you need it for gambling help. So please bet with your heads, not over it. All right, I'm getting this shit out of the way because the NBA All-Star Game was last weekend.
Yeah. Talk about it.
I didn't watch it. So this is the first year, and I don't know how long, that I didn't give a fly. I didn't know the NBA All-Star Game was happening. It was literally one of the absolute worst. You want to know the biggest moment of the NBA All-Star Game? Was they played Rock and Roll Round Ball live on stage. That was it. It was terrible.
I'm sure it was.
I'm waiting to see what the ratings were, because I think it might have been the lowest rated NBA All-Star Game of all time.
Yeah, dude. It really, like, I'm not huge on basketball, but I watch, All-Star championship games and stuff just because it's championships. It's a big deal. But it was the worst one I think I've ever seen. Like, there is more enjoyment to be found in watching paint dry.
I mean, the good news was the Olympics were on.
Olympics.
We'll get to that in about 2 seconds, because I want to do the biggest news from opening day weekend in college baseball. And history was made as Bryce Armstrong, Trice Armstrong, no, I was right before, did something that has never been done in college baseball, or baseball period. He hit 3 grand slams in one game.
Have a day, young man.
And they weren't like squeakers. They were no doubters. They were moonshots. It's freaking great. I loved it. In Major League Baseball, you had Tony Clark resign for inappropriate relationships. That's all that they've said. There's no word on what the relationship was or who it was with. So, take that for what it is. But it's kind of funny that we're talking about Caesars, but yet FanDuel put up something the other day that sparked a little controversy. FanDuel Sportsbook, or FanDuel on Instagram, put out their top 10 quarterbacks in NFL history. Pretty much the meaning of all time. And boy, did they bite the bullet with this one.
See, my thing is, I was looking at you. How you gonna put Drew Brees at number 8?
Oh, you're looking at a different one because he was 7 on mine.
Oh,
Yeah, what I saw was he was number 8.
So the one that I got off of FanDuel's Instagram, number 10, John Elway.
Okay.
Number 9, Brett Favre.
Okay.
8, Marino.
Okay, that's an insult, but okay.
7, oh, well, you'll find out insults real quick. Number 7, Drew Brees.
Okay.
Number 6, Johnny U.
I wouldn't put him above Breeze or Marino, but okay.
Number 5, Aaron.
I again would not put him over Marino at least.
Number 4, and here's where I lost my mind, Joe Montana.
I mean, he.
Well,
Sorry,
let me finish. Let me finish the list, and then we'll get into it. Number 3, Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Number 2, Patrick Mahomes.
No.
And number 1, Tom, I deflate balls, Brady.
All right. So I have a few problems with that list.
Oh, I have more than a few.
Look, I understand, and no disrespect to Tom Brady, he is one of the greatest to ever play. I don't think anybody will ever replicate having 7 frickin' Super Bowls like he has. But in my opinion, if you look at just pure passing ability throughout NFL history, Dan Marino is second to nobody. Because in an era that was dominated by the run game, Dan Marino put up 5,000 yards with 48 touchdown passes. He did that in the 80s. We're talking in the 80s where if you threw for 3,000 yards, you were considered an elite quarterback. Dan did 5,000.
So,
which at the time was an NFL record. And then he tossed, I think it was 46 or 48 touchdowns, which again, at the time, NFL record.
So here's the thing. For Mahomes to be number 2 on this is just an insult completely. Dan Marino, in my opinion, is the greatest regular season quarterback of all time. He is the only. He is the greatest regular season quarterback to never win a title. So that's my opinion there. Brady is considered one of the greatest system quarterbacks of all time, but Joe Montana, first off, to be number 4, he is the greatest. In my opinion, it's 1A, 1B. Brady, Montana. Montana is the greatest quarterback of all time. And I'm sorry, I hate people that say, oh, well, Tom Brady took less money to get more people, and he took guys that were never. How many titles does Brady have that Bill Belichick's defense won?
Perfect example, 2015 Seattle versus New England. New England had not been able to stop Marshawn Lynch the entire game. If they would have run the ball on the 1-yard line, Seattle wins that Super Bowl. But instead, they called a slant on the goal line. The Patriots defense, like you just said, recognized the slant. They called the prevent defense, and they guarded the inside and shifted their linebackers. and that's how they were able to get that interception to win that Super Bowl. So
People will be like, oh, well, Joe Montana had Jerry Rice, had this. Okay. Brady had Gronk. Brady had Edelman. Brady had fucking Adam Vinatieri, who gave him 3 rings.
Yep.
And my thing is, Brady had a top 3 receiver in NFL history and lost after a perfect regular season.
Randy fucking Moss.
He had Randy fucking Moss, and he lost to a 9-7 Giants team.
So, here is the one thing that everyone will say, oh, well, Tom Brady's the GOAT. When you get to Super Bowls, how many interceptions does Tom Brady have in Super Bowls?
I will actually Google that for you. Tom Brady Super Bowl interceptions.
I think it's about 7.
6. He threw 6 across 10 appearances.
Okay, that's not terrible. How many does Joe Montana have? You don't have to Google. You don't have to Google that. I'll tell you right now. None.
0.
He was never picked off in a Super Bowl.
And he had 4 appearances
and won them all.
That's insane.
And won them all.
To make it even more insane, he averaged like 2.8 touchdown passes per each Super Bowl. He finished all 4 Super Bowls with 122 passes attempted without a single interception, and he threw 11 touchdowns in 4 games.
Yeah. And he averaged a total. So he threw in 11 years that Montana made the playoffs. The 11 years that when he was in the NFL that he made the playoffs, he only threw, and he made the playoffs 11 seasons. He made the playoffs. He threw 21 picks in the playoffs.
Let's see.
And I will pull up Tom Brady's. Tom Brady has thrown. Tom Brady played 20 years with the playoffs. He threw 40 interceptions in the total in 20 years. He averaged 14. Montana did better.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm sorry for anyone that says that, oh, well, Brady had, like I said, Montana had Hall of Fame guys. Okay, well, Marino did too. You're never going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback fucking without Hall of Fame wide receivers. Peyton Manning is a great example of that too.
Do you want to know why I think Joe Montana was better than Tom Brady? Tom Brady played in an era where you cannot hit the quarterback. You have to be so gentle with how you touch them. Fucking Joe Montana played in an era where a defender could rock your fucking shit, and there's nothing anybody could say to him.
Yeah, but
they're expected for those linebackers to rock their shit.
Oh yeah, and dude, Montana played with. I mean, now granted, Tom Brady played against, in my opinion, the greatest middle linebacker in Ray Lewis and the greatest safety in Ed Reed. But look at some of the guys Montana played against, dude. Like,
yeah.
But like,
you know,
how is Steve Young not on this list?
Because he was a carbon copy of Montana.
But
yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like, but again, it's one of those things where it's like you're seeing the greatest of all time. Johnny Unitas, I loved Johnny U, but Johnny U is not one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
No, and I definitely not put him over guys like Dan Marino and Drew Brees.
And I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to say Aaron Rodgers is the top 5 greatest quarterback of all time while he's still playing.
Okay, well, let me say this. In terms of statistical performance, Rodgers is, because Rodgers has the lowest interception rate of every guy that you named on that list. Rodgers has the less amount of interceptions with damn near the same amount of touchdowns. Because Aaron Rodgers he became the starter in 2009 was
Yep.
when he was the full-time starter. He has only thrown just over 100 interceptions in 27 years. He's only thrown 17, my bad, 17 years. I was 17 years. He's barely thrown over 100 interceptions. Meanwhile, you got guys like, and I hate saying this because I love Drew to death, and it was because we never gave Drew Brees a good defense. We never gave Drew Brees elite wide receiver play, but Drew has double that.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, and I think it's criminal that Drew is so low because for the longest time, Drew Brees was literally throwing to 6th and 7th round wide receivers. Not until Michael Thomas did he have a truly elite wide receiver.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, you put him at 5 max. Because he's not better than Peyton. Mahomes is low on this list. I'm sorry, Mahomes shouldn't even be on this list yet because he's still playing.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't be on it.
But it's whatever. It's a debate we can have another time, but right now football season's over, so talk Olympics. I'd rather do that right now. Talk Olympics than anything. Cause
well, I mean, get ready to. What do we got left?
So that's it. The Olympic stuff is what we got left, and we can bring it home.
Do it.
All right. So so there's 2. So the reason the episode title is called Cockflight is because of the stories going around the Olympic Village right now. So the Olympic Village has a little bit of a problem between the fact that they ran out of they're doing a lot more fucking than they did in summer and a couple years ago. So they gave out 10,000.
Oh
the Olympic Village gave out 10,000 condoms. They ran out of that in 3 days.
God.
According to old statistics, Brazil, the last Olympics they just had, they went in the summer. They went through 300,000 condoms.
God.
And
That's a lot of loads in Brazil.
And I
And
wonder,
that was-
I wonder if any of that was from the pole vaulter from France.
Guaranteed.
It was probably from Gene Simmons' visit in the Olympics.
Hope Solo had a fucking 1 year she went when they did it. The U.S. soccer team brought a suit.
Did you see that over the last summer games? The French pole vaulter who got disqualified because his knocked the off.
I did not see that. No.
Yeah, he was packing a pole vault.
Yeah, the homeboy was carrying a hammer, and when he tried to go over the pole,
His pole knocked over the pole.
it rubbed his dick and knocked the pole off, and he was disqualified.
And what's terrible is they played the slow motion of it so many times. I'm like, well, he's gonna be a popular person in the fucking Olympic Village.
Oh,
So my question is how is Trojan not getting involved and being a sponsor of this?
because they don't.
Because you could easily be like, hey, we want to sponsor this and actually make money off of it. Make money though. Who wants to do that? But no, like in reality, it's one of those things where it's like, holy shit. Like that's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And not
I
even like
agree.
in a bad way. Like that's just it's fucking the funniest shit in the world because I'm sorry, 300,000 in Brazil, and they in 3 days they went through 10,000 condoms. There's a famous freaking thing where Hope Solo said that they brought the U.S. women's soccer team brought a fucking suitcase full. Like, how much fucking are you doing?
All of it.
A lot of it, yeah, clearly, because that's something that's insane. Like everyone's like, oh well, it's 300. Well, that's all they're doing. I mean, listen, in reality, when you think about it, when you have a bunch of fucking over the top Olympics and just hot people over the entire time, what do you think they're doing?
Oh, they fucking.
Yeah, like so. This is not a surprise, but I just think the numbers are fucking ridiculous. The numbers are fucking insane.
Okay, so it's official. Olympic athletes are doing all the fucking.
I mean,
that's why we can get no bitches.
I mean, listen. Think about the gym. Just think about in the Summer Olympics, the gymnastics.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's pull this shit into the station.
Well, there is one more thing, and we'll do this quick, because it's the title of the show, and it is the what's it called? It is the scandal going on with the Olympic ski jumpers. And the reason that we're calling it they call it cokflight, is these guys have been finding ways to try to make themselves jump farther by putting like facial, like almost Botox to a point to make everything tighter. The problem is they're injecting them into their penises.
I hope your dick falls off.
Like, there's been no proof, but Awada, the same people that do the drug testing for UFC and that are finding how that this is the drug testing. Like, it's freaking... Like, how are you... First off, why are you injecting anything that has the word acid into it? Into your genitals? Crotchgate or penisgate? No, it's cockfight. Get it right.
No.
Like, emerged after a Norwegian skier was found having suits altered in 2025 ski jump championship film footage of his head coach and assistant coach altering the suits by adding non-elastic stitching to the crotch area for athlete suits to and they're saying that it'll help them jump several meters.
Huh.
I mean, you're literally putting Botox for the most part on your junk.
And they never got a hard on again.
When it comes to having condoms being used in the Olympic Village, clearly they're not using them because they can't get it up. It's like I think Raider Dave found his fucking calling.
We'll have to let him know when he sends his next postcard.
I know, right? We're waiting. I'm a little worried about him. Still waiting for him to pay me back that $40,000.
$20,000. Quit raising it.
I mean, he still owes. Still, listen. I want to know why there's more on that bowling ball. Why the fuck was there a fucking $400 to $600 bowling ball there?
No idea.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, nothing's gonna happen because no one's actually getting caught with these fucking with this shit. So, in reality, does it mean anything? Probably not. But still kind of funny that they're freaking making themselves like Ken dolls.
Huh.
But with that being said, all right, let's bring this into the station, boys. That is our show. If you like what you heard, please follow us on all social media accounts under the Nerd Report Network. Follow us individually on Twitter at F and Ronnie.
At Stonecock STL.
I don't have Twitter.
Do you have anything for socials? Any type of socials? Instagram, anything like that?
Only Facebook.
All right, well, don't give out your personal Facebook. That's stupid. But
Yeah.
we will definitely have you back on when we get closer to football season, because that will definitely be a thing. Because God forbid, we want you to make fun of Dustin. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the show. If you like what you heard, please tell your friends. But if you didn't,
Suck a dick with your butt, fucking idiot.
go tell your enemies. But until then, always remember that you can always put the left shoe on the right foot, but you can never make two rights and make a left. But until then,